Chapter 16, Forbidden Love and Society's Obstacles, Us Against the World. Us against the world. How many couples have whispered these words in a moment of crisis, feeling their love must be defended from everyone and everything? Forbidden love is not a new concept. From ancient tales to modern narratives, people have often had to protect their feelings in the face of prejudice and social rules. Imagine two lovers who care for each other deeply yet feel that an entire world stands between them and happiness. Perhaps they come from different ethnic backgrounds, perhaps their religions or cultures are at odds, or their families hold completely opposing views. Instead of everyone celebrating them, all they hear around them is, "You can't. You're not allowed." Have you ever wondered why the very things others forbid sometimes draw us even more? They say the forbidden fruit is always the sweetest, and in love, that adage often rings true. From a psychological perspective, prohibition can act like a magnet. When someone says you're not allowed to love this person, it's as if your heart answers, "Oh yes, I am," precisely because you said I can't. It's a phenomenon of the human mind. The more something is off limits, the more curious and eager we become. It's like when you were a child and a toy was off limits, suddenly it was all you could think about. For lovers, this mental game translates into heightened feelings. On one hand, there's the authentic emotion between the two. On the other, there's the thrill of secrecy, the covert adventure. Psychologists sometimes talk about the Romeo and Juliet effect. Opposition from family or society can draw two young lovers even closer, just as the obstacles fanned the passion of Shakespeare's famous couple. Of course, that doesn't mean every forbidden love is merely a rebellious whim, but it's clear that the adrenaline of the situation, the sense that you're fighting for your love, can add an unexpected intensity to the feelings. Viewed philosophically, this tension between the heart and the world raises important questions. How much should we rely on society's approval when we love? Do the community or our families have the right to decide whom we're allowed to love? Throughout history, social norms have often tried to draw lines around the heart. Castes that don't mix, religions that forbid marriage with outsiders, rigid ideas about who counts as a suitable partner. And yet history also shows that love finds ways to defy these rules. Every generation has had courageous couples who went against the current. Sometimes love itself opened the minds of those around them, interethnic or interfaith couples who proved that prejudices were unfounded, that two hearts can beat in unison even when they come from different worlds. Philosophers and poets have often praised this rebellious force of love, the idea that truly loving someone means choosing that person even when the rest of the world tells you no. In the end, loving in spite of obstacles becomes an act of authenticity. You affirm your own truth in the face of convention. And let's not forget the biological perspective. Yes, even biology conspires a little when it comes to forbidden love. In situations of stress and challenge, our bodies release a cascade of chemicals. Adrenaline and cortisol, stress hormones, make our hearts race when we fear losing the person we love because of others. And dopamine, the brain's pleasure and reward chemical, floods our minds when we're with that forbidden person. The result? Every stolen meeting feels singular. Every clandestine kiss is even more passionate. Every obstacle overcome together feels like a victory on the battlefield of the heart. Biologically speaking, couples who fight side by side against the world experience a kind of chemical bonding. Shared stress can bring them closer, the brain associating the beloved with a sense of safety and alignment against danger. Like two adventurers united in the face of perils, lovers who defend their love against obstacles often feel a deep complicity, a secret language that belongs only to them. All of this sounds beautiful and dramatic, but what does it actually mean today to live a forbidden love? How does it truly feel to be forced to choose between the voice of your heart and the voices around you? Let's see together what such a story might look like, with its light and shadow alike. We'll step into the world of two young people for whom every day is a struggle between love and prejudice, so we can better understand the emotions, hopes and fears behind the motto, "Us against the world." Night has already stretched its shadows across the city. The small street where Jennifer lives is bathed in a pale, yellowish glow from the old street lamps. A heavy stillness hangs in the air until the sudden slam of a door cracks the silence. Jennifer rushes out of her parents' yard, eyes brimming and breath caught in her throat. Behind her, her father's harsh voice rings out from the porch. "If you walk out now, don't bother coming back, do you hear me?" he shouts, his voice trembling with fury. Jennifer hesitates for a fraction of a second on the threshold, her heart clamped in a vice. She can hear her mother quietly crying behind her father, but she knows that if she stays, there will only be another round of painful reproaches. She wipes away a tear with the back of her hand and strides resolutely down the path, leaving behind the open door and the cold light of the hallway. At the gate, under the flickering street lamp, a familiar silhouette is waiting. Michael stands anxiously beside his car, the keys clinking metallically between his fingers. When he sees Jennifer coming out, he walks quickly toward her. "Jennifer," he whispers, worried, his eyes questioning, Are you okay?" Without a word, Jennifer throws herself into his arms. She buries her face in Michael's chest and breaks into sobs as he holds her protectively. Her small body shakes like a leaf, and Michael strokes her hair, trying to soothe her. "It's over," she murmurs between hiccuping sobs. "I told them about us, and it was awful." Michael lets out a deep sigh and rests his chin on the crown of her head. He looks toward the darkened house, where only the light in the hallway and the blurred silhouette of her father are still visible. "I'm sorry, Jen," he whispers. "I wish you hadn't had to go through that." Jennifer looks up at him. Tears glisten on her cheeks in the lamplight. Dad said he'll never accept our relationship, that he doesn't want her." She swallows the lump in her throat, "a son-in-law from another world, that I'm bringing shame on Mom, on everyone." Her voice breaks as she remembers the harsh words. Michael feels his fists clench without meaning to. He knows exactly what she means. He comes from a different religion and culture than theirs, and that was enough for her parents to reject him. "Dad gave me a choice. Either I give you up, or I give up on them. To choose between the family I was born into and the family that I want to build with you." Her last words are barely a whisper, but Michael feels them echo powerfully in his chest. He tightens his arms around her, as if he could shield her from all the harm in the world. "It shouldn't have been like this," he says bitterly. "I just wanted them to get to know me, to see for themselves how much we care about each other. I thought that, if I were respectful and honest, they'd understand. But your father, he didn't even want to hear me out." Jennifer remembers the dinner scene. Michael had come with flowers and honest feeling, trying to make a good impression. Her mother had smiled politely at first, but her father had sat there scowling the whole time. Things had gone downhill quickly after Michael left. Her father erupted, flatly forbidding her to see him again. "I know," Jennifer whispers. "You were wonderful. They don't want to see. To them you'll always be that outsider, the boy who doesn't belong with their daughter." Her voice fills with bitterness, but there's a trace of defiance in it too. Michael rests his forehead against hers, looking into her eyes. In that moment, he sees how hurt she is, but he also sees something more, determination. "Jennifer," he says slowly, if you think it's better, I can disappear from your life. I don't want to come between you and your family." The words come out with effort, as if each one costs a drop of his soul. His eyes mist over, but he tries to smile encouragingly. Maybe if he steps away, her parents will forgive her and everything will go back to normal for her. "How can you say that?" Jennifer shudders, cradling his face in her hands. "Michael, you're my family now. You're the man I love. I can't give you up just to please them. It would mean giving up myself." Michael stares at her, stunned for a second, then pulls her back into his arms with all his love. Her words hit him straight in the heart. He realizes she feels the same as he does. Their bond is too precious to let it die under the weight of other people's prejudices. "I don't want to lose you, do you hear me?" Jennifer says, a whisper but firm, her face hidden against his chest. Whatever happens, we'll find a way together. He nods, feeling a lump in his throat. He looks around at the empty street. The quiet of the night wraps around them like a thin blanket. In that moment, the whole world seems reduced to the two of them and that patch of sidewalk under the street lamp. Michael draws a deep breath and lifts his eyes to the overcast sky. "Then we'll fight," he whispers, gently stroking her tear-wet cheek. "I don't know how, but we'll fight. If it's the two of us together, maybe we'll make it. It's us against the world, right?" Jennifer looks up at him. In her tear-bright eyes a spark flares, a mix of sorrow and courage. She gives a faint smile and affirms, "Us against the world." Michael kisses her forehead gently. They stay like that for a moment, wrapped in each other's arms under the night sky. Around them, the city sleeps, oblivious to their small drama. Only the moon, shyly slipping out from the clouds, seems to watch over them. "Come," he says softly. "I'll take you somewhere you can calm down. It's cold here, and..." Under those watchful eyes, he casts a glance toward the house where her father is still keeping watch at the window. "You can't even breathe freely." Jennifer hesitates, wiping her cheek. She feels a blend of relief and guilt. Relief because she now knows clearly that Michael is by her side no matter what, and that she isn't alone in the face of the storm. Guilt because every step she takes away from her parents' home feels like a betrayal. Michael takes her hand, enclosing it warmly between his. "Don't worry," he whispers. "You need a little time to think with a clear head. Whatever happens, I'm here. I won't leave you alone." Jennifer answers by squeezing his hand in return. Slowly, the two of them head toward the car. Behind them, her father's silhouette withdraws from the window and the heavy curtain falls back into place, a sign that the bond between her and her family has just been painfully torn. Yet even though Jennifer's heart is weeping in that moment, she also feels a new warmth. The road ahead is long and dark, but they will walk it step by step, together. On that cold night, on an empty street, two hearts decide to move forward, holding onto each other against the world, if that's what it takes. At the start of the scene, we see the two of them caught between their love and their family's expectations. Their love is genuine, deep. But just as in real life, and in this story, their happiness is overshadowed by a major obstacle: her father's prejudices, and likely those of the entire community her family belongs to. The father's reaction, his anger, that ruthless ultimatum to choose between family and the man she loves, perfectly illustrates the pressure society can place on someone in love. Jennifer feels the searing pain of being forced to choose loyalty to her parents or loyalty to her own heart. Many people living a forbidden love know this inner conflict all too well. Notice how, in the midst of this confrontation, Jennifer's and Michael's reactions mirror the mechanisms we've been discussing. The moment her father categorically forbids the relationship, Jennifer hesitates. She wants to make peace with everyone, but then chooses to run to Michael. This is the forbidden fruit effect in action. The louder she's told you can't, the more her heart urges her to go. And Michael, for his part, instead of backing away from the trouble, waits for her at the gate, ready to support her. We also see that us against the world camaraderie, the two behave like partners on a shared front. At heart, Michael's response, telling her he's willing even to disappear if that would help, comes from love and genuine care, but also from fear that she might suffer too much. Jennifer, however, rejects the idea of breaking up. In her resolute words, "I can't give you up. It would mean giving up myself." We see precisely the authenticity we spoke about. For her, Michael's love has become part of her identity, something worth fighting for. This moment underscores how true love can make you brave in unexpected ways. Even if you're a gentle soul like Jennifer, when it comes to your love, you find the strength to say, "I won't give in." Michael holds her tightly and strokes her hair. His gestures help her calm down, a reminder of that glue of relationship chemistry. In moments of crisis, an embrace from the person you love actually releases oxytocin and brings a sense of safety. In essence, the two become each other's emotional refuge. exactly what often happens in couples who fight through hardships together. By sharing this pain, their bond grows even stronger. They feel like the two of us against the rest of the world, and paradoxically, that gives them strength. The moment they both say us against the world is symbolic. It's the instant they decide to face whatever comes, shoulder to shoulder. Alongside the sadness, this decision brings a new hope and a new sense of complicity. In the midst of chaos, they find solace in each other, a united team on the barricades of their love. Yet we must also acknowledge the story's realism. Their future remains uncertain. At the end of the scene, Jennifer leaves home with a heavy heart, aware that nothing will ever be the same. Such a rupture with one's family can leave deep scars. Many lovers in similar situations face, in real life, tough dilemmas. Some manage over time to win their families over, while others are forced to build a world of their own, far from those they love. Our story captures the very beginning of this fight, the turning point when two people choose to move forward together, whatever the cost. It is a moment filled with drama, but also with beauty, because in the instant when Jennifer and Michael declare their solidarity, we see love in its purest form. Two people willing to weather storms to stay together. Forbidden love and society's obstacles reveal, perhaps more clearly than anything else, the strength and authenticity of true love. Such stories remind us that sometimes to love means having the courage to stand tall before the world, holding tight to your beloved's hand. Of course, the us against the world path is not easy. It comes with risks, possible losses, and many tears. Not every couple manages to overcome the resistance around them, and some loves break under pressure. But even then, the fact that they tried to fight for their love remains proof of courage and sincerity of heart. And when two people truly succeed in overcoming every obstacle and staying together, their story becomes an inspiration to others, an example that hearts can topple barriers that once seemed insurmountable. Us against the world does not mean rejecting everything around you for the sake of blind stubbornness. It means consciously choosing love when it is put to the test. It means building, together, a safe haven where prejudice holds no sway. It means trust in your partner and in the path you share. It means courage to face reproach and critical stares. And it means authenticity, living by your own values and feelings, not by others' expectations. When a couple embraces this motto, they are, in effect, saying we will walk hand in hand through the storm, even if we are the only ones who believe in us. That will be enough. Love that endures social obstacles has a radiance all its own. After all, every barrier brought down by love clears the way toward a more open, more understanding society. And for the two in the middle of the storm, having each other meant the world. For them, us against the world was not just a slogan but proof that love can give life meaning and strength beyond any external obstacle.